The holiday season is a time for festivities, cheer, and reunions with family and friends. But as we deck the halls, many of us will inevitably have money on our mind. So we invited Hawaii State FCU's financial educator, Jennifer Russo, here to offer key tips to stress-free holiday spending. Aloha, Jen. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me today.
We love having you. Hey, give us some tips because we all need them. The holidays are stressful.
They really are. First things first, the first thing you want to do, you have to create a budget. Experts say a good rule of thumb is to spend no more than 1.5% of your annual income. So for instance, if you earn $65,000 a year, you don't want to spend more than $975. Okay, so you create a realistic budget for yourself, and then the next thing to do would be to create a list, right? You want to make a list and decide who you need to purchase gifts for and just all of the items that you need for holiday spending, and that will help you keep in line with your spending, and you won't go out and purchase items that you really don't need,
right? Or
buy items for ourselves,
exactly.
as most of us end up doing, right?
Yeah.
So once you create your budget, you can really stay in line, and we just need to remember too what the holiday season is all about. It's not about impressing our friends and families with expensive gifts. It's about the spirit of giving of ourselves, and so if you just keep that in mind, I think that will take you a long way.
You're absolutely right. Okay, so we've got the list, we've got the budget. Any other tips?
Absolutely. Before you even put your foot in the door of a store, you want to do your research. I love to shop for the best deals online, so if you just go out, do your research. I think you'd be able to find stores that you would be able to save quite a bit of money. Another thing I would recommend is shop at the stores that actually offer price matching. You can also look at stores that offer good discounts, such as Kaima'aina discounts, military discounts, student or senior citizen discounts. That goes a long way. So maybe save a little bit more money and stretch your budget.
Gotcha. Okay. So what would you say about using credit cards to actually pay for holiday gifts? I know a lot of people do that.
Credit cards can actually be a huge benefit to shop with a credit card as long as you're using them wisely. So if you are going to use a credit card, think of all of the rewards that you can receive. They have cashback rewards, also travel points that a lot of people like to earn whenever it comes to using their credit card. The key is to make sure you're using a credit card with a low interest rate. And if you are getting a new credit card, you want to make sure that you're getting a credit card with low or no annual fee as well. And the biggest piece of advice I can give anyone, use those credit cards responsibly and pay them off in full at the end of every month. Otherwise, you're really going to end up spending a lot more than you planned.
Right, that's key. And I know my husband always gets those credit cards around the holiday season where they're like, no annual fee, you have a year to pay it off. I mean, those are actually really good ones as long as you are paying them off.
Exactly,
right? Okay.
Exactly.
Now, Cyber Monday, of course, is just a couple days away. Any tips for those online shoppers?
Absolutely, and I'm with Jo Beth. I'm not really a big fan of the mall crowds.
Me
or,
either.
You know, standing in line, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So a lot of people are moving towards online shopping. So it can be very convenient, but we want to be careful. So the biggest piece of advice I would start with would be to review carefully the URL of the websites that you are shopping on. Make sure it is a valid email website, excuse me. Make sure it's a valid website, and one of the first things you want to look at are the last three letters of a URL. Legitimate websites would end with .com, .org, .net, .gov. So make sure you're just on a legitimate website with those last three letters of the URL. And then also read carefully that URL. Make sure there are no additional letters or characters or words like save or bargain or deal. More than likely that's a red flag and you're shopping on an illegitimate website.
Right.
Another big piece of advice that a lot of people don't realize, you want to be sure if you're shopping online to shop on a secure website. So the very first letters of the URL would have HTTP. The S stands for secure. So you don't want to purchase anything online without it being on that secure website. So HTTPS is key. The S is for secure. You can also look for a padlock or a key symbol on that web page, and that will note that it is actually secure. Okay, so those are really two big things that you want to look at. And another piece of advice, I know we talked about credit card spending just a minute ago. If you are going to shop online, it's best to use your credit card rather than your debit card. If you were to be a victim of fraudulent activity on your credit card company would they would credit your account. And if it's your checking account and your debit card that's compromised, it would take your bank or financial institution probably a couple of days to put the money back into your account or resolve the issue, but your actual balance in your checking account would be affected immediately. And most of us don't have that luxury of waiting for the money to come back into our checking account. So that would be another big piece of advice, is to use your credit cards for online purchases on those secure websites.
All right, Jen, thank you so much. And really quickly, the website, Hawaii State FCU.
It's hawaiistatefcu.com,
Okay.
and if you want to learn more about all of our financial education resources, it's Wallet Wisdom.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank
We'll
you,
have all of
Paula.
that posted on our website as well, hinowdaily.com.